The second speaker for the evening is an electronics and communication engineer. She's an MBA graduate from IIM Kolkata. She's also a mathematics teacher in American University of Dubai. She's an artist, she's a speaker, she's a singer. She's joined Toastmasters recently, but has already raised eyebrows with her very unique style of speaking. Our speaker two for the evening is Toastmaster Anjana Koshi. But before I call the speaker, let me call upon her evaluator, DTM Maithili, to please explain the objectives of the speech and also explain the timing. Over to you, DTM Maithili. DTM Maithili, you're on mute.
Please unmute. Go ahead, yes.
Good evening, Toastmasters and my dear friends, and my special good evening to my target speaker, Anjana Koshi. She is attempting from the Pathway Motivational Strategies, attempting her level 1 project 2 with the title My First Love. The purpose of this project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply that feedback to the second speech. The purpose of this speech is for the member to demonstrate that he or she has applied the feedback received from his or her first speech. When I asked her about the feedback which she received for an earlier speech, she was telling me that she had to improve on clarity and pause. Let us hope that she rocks today by giving the clarity and also using the necessary pause. All the best to my target speaker. Timer, please note the time is 5 to 7 minutes.
Thank you, DTM Maithili, for that. Now, calling upon the second speaker, Toastmaster Anjana Koshi, onto the dais. And the speech topic is My First Love. Over to you, Toastmaster Anjana.
Thank you, Timothy. The fingers that held me when I felt lost. The support that stood by me at all cost. The man who taught me to value myself. The one who told me I was unconditionally beautiful. A chauffeur, a financial support, a listener, a guardian, my hero, my first love. Toastmaster of the day, dear Toastmasters and my dear guests. I can see unusually wide owly eyes and elephantine ears eagerly waiting to know about my first love. Yes, my dear Toastmasters, I am still in love with my first love, a man with a golden heart. By the way, he is my father. Let me take you to my childhood days at Trivandrum. When my father left whatever task he was busy with and stood up to do his chauffeur duty to drop me to school or college, I used to give an equivocal statement. I will go on my own in an auto or a bus. He repeatedly interrogates assurance. Are you sure? Yes, was the answer of a daughter filled with confidence. My first love realized that I too would become an emerging adult soon. I had an opportunity to be independent. On the contrary, my father gave me the assurance to be myself, and this made my heart jump of joy. I had a strong love for music and enrolled in violin class. I still visualize my father with a smiling face holding a brand new violin, which he bought on his way back from office the very next day after I enrolled in the class. Thus, my father made it a point to be nimble to all my dreams and wishes. We both are travel freaks, and fond are the memories of our trips to Delhi, Agra, Hyderabad, Goa, Andaman Nicobar Islands, also trips to Egypt and Israel. I'm proud to say, my dear Toastmasters, that I have a father who makes me feel I'm the most precious of his life. Let me take this golden opportunity to share a true incident that happened just 2 days back. I'm a person who believes that nothing happens by chance. So I firmly believe that this incident happened for a reason. I have a God of small things, as Arundhati Roy calls him. I call him a living God. He mesmerizes me with the blessings he showers upon me. My God left me spellbound when a friend of mine, Toastmaster Suresh, sent me a video of his daughter who was reporting the Dalit girls' gang rape case, which happened in Uttar Pradesh on the 14th of September 2020. She was one of the 4 journalists who exposed this brutality out to the nation. I congratulated the proud father he was. But my heart was disturbed thinking of the fear factor involved in this job. He mentioned that conflict region journalism was in her blood. I couldn't imagine how he could live peacefully each moment of his life when his daughter is on a lookout, when there are cases foisted upon her by the opposition. I wonder how he evolved to become a bold dad who supported the daughter who adamantly and passionately said she wanted to work in Indo-Pakistan border soon after her graduation. Behind the strong and bold Toastmaster I see in the Toastmaster meets, I saw a helpless father, a simple human being who has fears, love, and care for daddy's little girl. I saw an optimist who, not by choice, but by God's will and destiny, was forcing the father in him to present and mentally sacrifice his daughter for the good cause of society. Let us pray that God Almighty be with the bold father and daddy's bold little girl. I still wonder why he felt like sending me the video just 2 days back when we knew each other for 2 months. Toastmaster Suresh says it's a divine bond which comes with certain people that cannot be justified that made him send me the video. But I like to see it as yet another miracle from my God of small things shown to a small human being in this wide universe who was thinking of a beautiful thought to ponder upon and present before my listeners today. My eyes get watery thinking of the beauty of a father-daughter bond. Today I'm married and I'm the mother of 2 girls. But I still feel I'm a princess of my father and not the queen of my family. My conversation with Toastmaster Suresh made me see my dad in a different angle. Till now, my father was an iron man, all strong and infallible. But the dad in my friend reminded me of the inner turmoil of a father, even when he shows a brave self. An image of my loving dad waiting near the gate with longing eyes to just get a glimpse of me from afar used to make me feel elated, feeling the love. I felt how much he missed me when I'm away. But my moments with my friend were moments of realization of a true father-daughter bond. I understood that all those waits and loving looks were looks of concern. Those were years when we didn't have a mobile phone. He couldn't call and inquire where I reached. I still feel a butterfly in my heart when I think of the tsunamis that my father might have gone through when I crossed 6:30 p.m. to reach my home. Before I conclude, let me remind all the daddies out there to consider yourself as blessed if you have a daughter at your house. And to all the prospective grooms and the husbands listening to me, I hope that now you know that a woman's strong love could always be for her father. So you better pamper and care her with love. She, being the king's daughter, is already a princess. Now it's your choice if you want to make her the queen of your palace. A father's tears and fears are unseen behind the love, care, and protection that he expresses. My friend Toastmaster Suresh has evolved in his life. Suppressing his fears and tears, he stands for his daughter. He keeps himself busy in his passions like snake rescue, saxophone playing, and photography. He taught me that people constantly evolve and that the woman I want to be tomorrow can always be a better version of the woman I am today. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anjana, for that great speech. I can see a lot of fathers here with very emotional eyes as the speech is progressing. Thanks a lot to both the speakers.
Our second evaluator for the day joins us from Chennai. She's a lawyer by profession and a Toastmaster by passion. She runs 2 gavel clubs in Chennai. Please put your hands together to welcome DTM Maithili to do the second evaluation for the day. Over to you, DTM Maithili.
Good evening, Toastmasters and friends, and my special good evening to my target speaker, Anjana Koshi. A good speech is not from lip to ear, but heart to heart. Today, my speaker, by her speech, touched the heart of all fathers and would-be fathers and made them long for a daughter in their life. What a convincing speech to say that daughters are God's gift to the father. Spectacular presentation. Let's give a big round of applause for that. So many wonderful phrases sprinkled throughout the speech. It looked like more than I was listening to an English literature PhD's lecture. The choice of words was so fantastic. It almost literally brought the emotions of a father, be it the time when he dropped you in school, and then the next stage where he left you independently to go in an auto, and the way he bought a violin back from his office. In spite of all the strains in the office, he wants the daughter to come up in the art. All those were fantastically explained. That was really great to see a father right in front of our eyes. Third wonderful point is the transition between the way you described your father and connected it to a video story. That was phenomenal. You were able to shift from father's emotions on one side, the love for his child, totally to the emotional turmoil that remained behind the cool face. So much of expectations and anxiousness which he has been holding every time he waits to see the child back home. All those were wonderfully connected, and it was handled excellently. Now, coming to the suggestions, I had my own disappointments in the pace of words. You just rushed through it. That all those beautiful expressions which we wanted to enjoy fell like a torrential rain, giving no room for us to enjoy that bliss of the entire presentation. And secondly, the area where you spoke about your friend Toastmaster Suresh, you just rushed through. There were no much of pauses. Maybe you wanted to finish the entire speech within the limited time. That is the impression you gave to the evaluator. You were too fast and I lost clarity. In fact, I'm sorry to say that I was under the impression that it was Toastmaster Suresh's daughter who had gone to the Indo-Pak border. So only later when you talked again about the video, I was able to connect and see that Toastmaster Suresh had sent the video. So an amount of pause is needed to show the distinction over there. And that would have given more clarity to what you had spoken. Overall, I would say that it was a wonderful speech. And in fact, your speech expressed your character, an attitude of gratitude which you have for anything that is given to you. It's not the father alone. The way you enjoy and delivered the speech that showed that you had an attitude of gratitude throughout. And I love the way you crowned the audience here, calling them as king, just to show that daughters are princes. That was wonderfully handled. So overall, if you improve on pauses and clarity, your speech would reach greater heights. All the best to you.
Going forward, we had two speakers take the stage today, Toastmaster Anjana Koshi and Toastmaster, our own very own Toastmaster Mathan. Both speeches commendable in what they are trying to say. I always think, that the most effective stories that you can say are from the little experiences that you have in life. A person coming to repair your fridge and gone would usually be relegated to a forgotten chapter in your life. It wouldn't even be a chapter. It will be like a postscript at the bottom of the page. But to make a speech out of that and to give us a very encouraging message that you need to think out of the box, Toastmaster Mathan excelled in doing that today. And Toastmaster Anjana Koshi's love for her father was so evident in the way she framed and delivered that speech, calling out to all those people out there that you can never measure up to our fathers because they are going to remain the champions of our life no matter what. That was very effectively portrayed by Toastmaster Anjana as well. Both our evaluators, Toastmaster Paul and Toastmaster Maithili, did a commendable job of evaluating the speeches. Toastmaster Maithili did an even better job because she clarified what was missing in the first speech. The clarity that was required from the first speech was still missing in the second speech. So that is something for the speaker to look back on and work on towards getting the speech into shape if she intends to use it for a contest or not.
Usually say hearing done. We'll move forward. It's time to announce the winners. Shall I go ahead, please? We'll announce the best performance of the day. The best speaker. The best speaker award goes to Toastmaster Anjana. Please give a big round of applause. Anjana Koshi. Toastmaster Anjana Koshi.
Thank you.
Now, regarding table topics, the best speaker of today's meeting, the Tirula Toastmasters Best Table Topic Speaker Award goes to DTM Thomas T. Abraham. Please join me in giving a big round of applause. And the best evaluator. The best evaluator award goes to DTM Maithili Srinivasan. Please give a big round of applause to DTM Maithili Srinivasan. And the much awaited, the Icon of the Day award goes to none other than the TMOD of the day, Toastmaster Wiljo Wilson. Please join me in giving a big round of applause. Thank you all. Thank you. Congratulations to all. And thank you all for attending today's meeting. It has been a great day. Please, once again, welcoming on behalf of Tirula Toastmasters, all the guests to be a part and parcel of Tirula Toastmasters in the coming meetings. And please help us, because we are a budding Toastmaster. We are very new in this Toastmaster fraternity in the area and the division. So we need your help and assistance. Please